Hello everybody, I'm Danrvdtree2000, also known as Danrvdtree2000 on Xbox Live, and we're back again for another predictions video, and this time we're doing WWE Payback. You want Payback? Well, come get it. It's gonna be an very exciting pay-per-view, although it's just been a week, one literal week since we had SummerSlam. Man, WWE, can't you just give us time to breathe? It usually takes 4 weeks for our storylines to build up. You didn't have any chance to build up any storylines whatsoever for WWE Payback. Except for maybe Payback from what happened on the end of SummerSlam. So, we'll try. I'm probably going to get through these as quick as I can, but at the same time, I don't want to try and get them as quick as I can. I'll go through the rough, bits and pieces of what I need to do, and then, of course, we'll go on to the first match and the rules of how I do things. Here we go. And the first match is, of course, WWE's King Corbin, who's had some really bad issues with Matt Riddle as of late, just because he's the new guy. So, I don't know, he's put a king's ransom on Matt Riddle over the last couple of weeks on SmackDown, and so we've had Shorty D turn heel and try and take the bounty for himself, but he's got an identity crisis now as Shorty G, because if he's a heel, I don't think he should be called Shorty G because of the fact that, he's taking the piss out of because of the name, and now we think he should just be called Chad Gable. Despite all that, King Corbin now is going to just take out Matt Riddle on his own and Payback. I don't know why he wants Payback on Matt Riddle, but he had his number at one point. Mr. Frozen Toes himself, Matt Riddle. But yes, the way this thing works with my predictions is I give you predictions of who I think is going to win, which is who basically WWE has booked to win, and in this case, Matt Riddle, and who I want to win, which is my own personal thought and my own personal opinion. And again, that's also Matt Riddle. So for this matchup, again, that stupid smile, I don't like it. That picture should not have been taken like that. It should have been a bit more serious, because King Corbin is a bit more of a serious character, but he just looks like a doofus in that. I want them to change that goddamn picture. It's menace. It's weird. But Mr. Smiley Face King Corbin versus Matt Riddle. Who do I think is going to win? Matt Riddle. Who do I want to win? Matt Riddle. Quite an easy one. So let's go on to the next match. And we're back to the next match. I think I got rid of the gritters as I put them up by mistake. I hope that wasn't in the shot, but if it was, I've gotten rid of them now. As we got Dominic and Rey Mysterio, it's Papa and Son. This is the Messiah and Disciple. That is going to be a good way to finish the feud, but we already know it's not finished because, well, think about it. We had Rollins who beat Rey. This is all gone way too weird. Basically, there was a tag team match where I think Rey Mysterio was teaming up with either Humberto Carrillo or I forget it was Aleister Black teaming up with Humberto Carrillo and Rey Mysterio at ringside or something like that. I don't know. I know it was Rey Mysterio teaming up with Humberto Carrillo, I think, taking on, I think it was Buddy Murphy and Rollins, but it was just after Rollins lost his matchup against Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. He totally lost it, and he went after Rey and attacked Rey as the illegal man, and then I looked up what the rules are, and he basically took out Rey's eye. That led to an eye for an eye match at Extreme Rules against Rey Mysterio, in which Seth Rollins won. So far, the redemption story has not come. Then Dominic comes in and surprisingly takes out both Rollins and Murphy and makes them flee, and then he gets a match against Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. But then at SummerSlam, Rollins beats Dominic because he handcuffed Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio couldn't fight back. even though, and he even got told by Dominic that he's going to do this for his dad, but ended up losing the match anyway. So overall, this rivalry should not be. This should be over by now. But Payback, Rey Mysterio and Dominic finally want some payback against Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy, Buddy Murphy, who I refuse to call him Murphy, as I always say, in a tag team match. Now, we already know that there's going to be some type of victory for Mysterio and Dominic, because they kind of spoiled that, because they gave the fact that Rey Mysterio is going to end up facing Seth Rollins in a singles match on Monday Night Raw, which is taking place after Payback, because they previewed that on SmackDown. So, is there any point in me making predictions, because there's no... This match has been spoiled anyway on Raw. Because obviously it's going to happen, because it's going to be the Mysterios winning against Seth Rollins and Murphy. And it will be like a double 619 or something, but Rey Mysterio is going to get the pin. So there is no point in if Rollins Rollins and Murphy gets the win here, then that matchup on where Rollins faces Mysterio is going to be pointless. But it was obvious. It's obvious now, thanks to this kind of the spoilers in a sense, that Mysterio is going to face Rollins 1-on-1. Something's going to happen where Dominic gets hurt, but Rey wins anyway. So my predictions for this matchup is that I think it's going to be Rey Mysterio, and I want Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio to win the matchup, and I think it's going to be the Mysterios. So it's kind of the WWE's own fault for giving spoilers on what's going to happen on Raw and SmackDown, when they could have just advertised the tag team match at Payback. Kind of stupid, if you ask me. That's why I feel that WWE's rushed this Payback pay-per-view to come this way. They could have had this next week on Raw, then follow it with the singles match, then something else happen. But nope. We got Payback, on Sunday, and something's gonna go down. Oh well, I'll go on. And the next match is no other than the United States Champion Apollo Crews versus Bobby Lashley, and he's defending the United States Championship against Bobby Lashley. This has come again. Why have it this Sunday? This is why it doesn't make any sense. They had one thing happen. Alright, yes, Apollo Crews took out by Bobby Lashley before he could defend his title at Extreme Rules against MVP, causing MVP to make a brand new United States Championship with his own money. Then Apollo Crews came back, and he was wearing the old championship, United States Championship, to claiming he never actually won the championship. He was just injured and never got a chance to defend it. And well, then he got a chance to defend it against MVP on Raw, but then Retribution got involved, causing the lights to go on and off. So MVP said that he was making up his excuses. So he said, okay, I'll give you a second chance. Hopefully they won't get involved and all that stuff, which they didn't. And it was a SummerSlam kickoff show, and what happened? Apollo Crews won the matchup. And now with, of course, because of Apollo Crews beat MVP or someone else, I can't remember, I think it was Shelton Benjamin actually, yes, he beat Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin of the Hurt Business were, banned from ringside. So then that happened, and that matchup at the SummerSlam, and now we've got it's a week later, quite literally, and now it's Bobby Lashley challenging for the United States Championship. Do you know what's going to happen? Bobby Lashley is going to lose. Because if MVP can't get it done, somehow, some way, Apollo Crews will remain the United States Championship. And even one person that hasn't challenged for the United States Championship while Apollo Crews has been champion, and that is Shelton Benjamin. Yes, he's won the 24/7 championship twice since Apollo Crews has been champion, and since the Hurt Business has been formed, going after Apollo Crews. MVP's had a chance, failed. Bobby Lashley's turn now. he has beaten Apollo Crews in the past, and Apollo Crews has somehow gotten away with a victory again against him. So, who do I think is going to win this one? Apollo Crews! And who do I want to win this one? Apollo Crews. Because there's no way that Bobby Lashley is going to get that United States Championship just yet. I think that this trio will probably be Raw's champions in the future. Like WWE champion Bobby Lashley somehow will become WWE champion, United States champion, and half of the Raw Tag Team Champions MVP, 24/7 champion Shelton Benjamin, and half of the Tag Team Champions Shelton Benjamin, and hell, they could probably bring in someone like Nia Jax. That's the big pull up, and if with alongside Shayna Baszler as well, who also likes to beat people up, even though they don't like each other. They could be in the Hurt Business, win the Raw. Either Nia or Shayna can win the Raw Women's Championship off of Asuka, and then Nia and Shayna will beat Bayley and Sasha for the Women's Championships. That Women's Tag Team Championships, which I will get to that in just a bit. That would be a great stable with 2 females, 3 men. Because who says the stable doesn't have to be all guys? Nobody. Make a good stable happen and have them all win championships. They can be the next evolution. Except they just like hurting people. Hey. They could be shenanigans along the way, with Shelton Benjamin wins 24/7 championship, but he could be the one to break our truth's record of having the longest 24/7 championships before he has to retire. He's getting on in the years, so these 3 people, but I reckon they can still do it. Which, by the way, WWE, while I'm on this, fix your WWE.com, because you moved MVP from the Illuminati to the Raw, the current roster, but Rey Mysterio is still there. So unless there's something I don't know about, then, you might want to change that. But seriously, people are watching this, go on the WWE.com, go to Superstars, and go to the Illuminati section, and scroll down to R, you'll see Rey Mysterio. Just saying. I mean, unless they fixed it by then, Or, of course, if all 4 of these men have left WWE since this recording, then they're all gonna be there. But as of this recording, they are in the WWE. On to the next match. Well, here's the Limitless. Keith Lee has made his debut on Monday Night Raw, and he had a hell of a matchup until Drew McIntyre got involved against Randy Orton. He basically said, "No, man, I should have known not to get involved between Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. However, and he doesn't blame him for getting involved," is what he basically said. So the Limitless one is going to be facing Randy Orton at Payback. Just because Randy Orton he got pissed. He got pissed that he lost to a backslide. I mean, admittedly, I got pissed that Randy Orton lost to a backslide myself, but him himself, it was a freaking backslide thing. How the fuck does someone that had the greatest wrestling match ever with Edge lose to a backslide? I mean, come on. He must have been embarrassed and, ashamed. Multiple chances he had to hit the RKO and got reversed by Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam, and Drew McIntyre was basically the better man, the better wrestler. Just everything. It proves that you don't have to have won a Money in the Bank contract to be that top guy. And he's WWE champion for a reason. Randy Orton is not. So he took it out on him. After the promo, he attacked him from behind. He slammed his head. Well, he got slammed into the LED board, but then they went backstage. They brawled for a bit. And McIntyre was down. He got punted and kicked not once, but twice. And then by the end of the night, 3 times after the Keith Lee match, and that took out Drew McIntyre for a bit. He will be back. If he can get up from 2 punt kicks and take a hell of a lot of a punishment, I'm telling you that this match may not end the way that I think. I think Drew McIntyre will get involved once again, but this time after the match. So this is going to be like Keith Lee today. Take out my friend and you'll pay for that. Basically, that's what set up this matchup. So, who do I think is going to win? I think it'll be Orton. Because Keith Lee, as much as I like the guy, and as much as it's good, he's had some really good matches, and although it was kind of pointless just to bring him in for this, they could have had him as the NXT champion and representing NXT here. He could have just, didn't have to come. I think he was rushed to the main roster. Because they had to force the NXT. He had that great match against Adam Cole. I haven't seen it myself, but I heard it was really good. And he finally became the NXT champion, as well as being a North American champion. Then he gave up the North American championship on his own accord, or something. I don't know. Again, I didn't see that. Then he gave up the NXT championship because he went to Monday Night Raw. Well, I mean, that doesn't even make any sense. If Kevin Owens is allowed to make his Raw debut as NXT champion and then go to NXT to lose it the next day, why can't Keith Lee? It just doesn't make any sense. He could have been at Payback as NXT champion. I know Adam Cole's done it at Survivor Series, but he was representing NXT. But again, he could be representing NXT and the fact that he knew Drew McIntyre was his best friend. He came to Raw to see how his best friend was getting on. You know, the fact he wanted to congratulate him for being WWE champion, and he got a chance to do that because he's always been on NXT, and now he's finally just had a chance to congratulate him. That could have, the whole story of this could have, to lead up to this, could have been a little bit different. So yeah, that's why I want Keith Lee to win, because it's just been, oh, here you go, here's your championship. Now we're taking it away now because you're going to the main roster. Fuck that. That's why I want Keith Lee to win. It will be a good matchup, but because what we know it will be, there was that matchup on Raw was an experimentation, and now we're going to see the full results and conclusion of that. So it will all bask in his glory when he wins. Will Randy Orton punk Kid Keith Lee's head off? We'll have to wait and see as I go on to the next matchup for Payback. And the next match is a matchup that I'm very confused at, and this is again no build up because the Payback was rushed. Like, you got Shayna Baszler, who had a bit of a run in with Nia Jax, and brand new reinstated Nia Jax, I must add. Thanks to that in storyline suspension thing that happened because she put her hand on an official. Poor Matt. Is it Pat McAfee? I think his name is. Anyway, so yeah, she got suspended thanks to him. Then she came back and she had bumps. She had ruffled her feathers with Shayna Baszler, who then during a matchup against Asuka, after the Nia Jax just stands there watching the entire match fold up. But no, it was against Shayna actually. It was Shayna versus Sasha, and it was just the entire matchup. She was standing there, thinking, I'm going to go after you. I'm going to attack you during this match. And she does. And then, Bayley and Sasha's like, yeah, go on, beat each other up. Then they stop fighting and go, hang on a minute. They want us to beat it, leaving the daylight over each other. They have weapons. Hey, you thinking what I'm thinking? They have the WWE women's tag team titles. We may hate each other, but we hate them more. Do you want to keep fighting or challenge them for the tag team titles? Challenge them for the tag team titles. And then once I said that, I was like, and then a few moments later during the show, it was made official. What the fuck? That doesn't even make any sense. Or just because one person says, oh yeah, I want to challenge for those titles, I'd like to have those titles. Oh yeah, fine, you can grant it. It's granted, Nia. What did you do to get a championship match all of a sudden, eh? I wonder how you got your job back in the first place. Oh my god, sneaky feeling she's been flirting with some of the officials. Wink, wink. You know, flirting perhaps. Well, we're here now. It's Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax take on the WWE Tag Team Champions Sasha and Bayley. We know what's going to happen. There's going to be shenanigans where Bayley knocks Sasha off the apron, or Sasha knocks Bayley off the apron. Bayley thinks that Sasha did it on purpose. She leaves Sasha in the middle of the ring, being a cowardly heel, going, you know, she takes her title, she runs away. Sasha's like, hey, what the hell? What the hell? Where are you going? She turns around. There's Nia and Shayna. Like doing a double team finish to her. We got new tag team champions. So, and on for that predictions to be right, who do I think is going to be twin win? Sasha, not Sasha, Nia and Shayna. Who do I want to win? This one's a hard one. Very hard indeed. I'd like to say Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, but at the same time, I want Bayley and Sasha as well to win. So to make it fair, I think Nia and Shayna, but I want Bayley and Sasha. That is what I'm going for this one. It's a very confusing one, we know, but we'll see what happens at Payback as we go on to the next matchup. And the last matchup, folks, is, well, a no-holds-barred triple threat match. Kinda makes no sense considering that in triple threat matches there are no disqualifications whatsoever, no countouts whatsoever anyway. So I think that no-holds-barred is redundant. Like, they could have made it extreme, like, I think any triple threat match that has these stipulations in it, apart from maybe a tables match or a ladders match or a TLC match, and maybe even a steel cage, then even Hell in a Cell as well, that makes a triple Hell in a Cell, triple cage match, whatever. The stipulations where, oh, it's no holds barred, there's an extreme rules, no disqualification, something like that, doesn't make sense, because triple threat matches usually have no disqualifications anyway. That's the whole point, because you can't get counted out, because what happens if two people, it just doesn't make any sense. And you can't get disqualified because, again, if Roman Reigns just Strowman with a chair and does the Fiend retain? No, that doesn't make any sense. So we got the brand new Universal Champion themed Bray Wyatt, who defeated the monster Braun Strowman in a Falls Count Anywhere match. That had no disqualifications, no countouts, only way to win is by pinfall or submission anywhere they wanted. It was backstage once and came back into the arena and into the ring where Strowman got this box cutter. He opened up the ring, cut the ring and exposed the wood. He was meant to do a power slam on it, and I think he did. He kicked out, and he was going to hit another one, or Oh no, that was it. No, he didn't kick out. He didn't hit it because by the time he turned around after doing it, he got hit by Sister Abigail not once, not twice, and that knocked him out. And the Fiend won that matchup. He raised the belt above his head, and out of nowhere gets speared by returning Roman Reigns. And after what I saw on SmackDown, by God, he is guaranteed 100% hashtag heel Roman. He is 100% heel. There's no going back now because he has signed the contract, and he wants some bits changed to the matchup. And I think I know what it is that he has shook hands with the devil himself. No, it's not Mr. McMahon. He's a different devil. There are two devils in WWE, in my opinion. One, Mr. McMahon, and two, Paul Heyman. The man that was basically by the side of the guy that Roman Reigns lost to. He's only beaten Brock Lesnar once. Any other time, he has lost to Brock Lesnar. So all those times that Paul Heyman has been by the side of Brock Lesnar, because he even admitted that Roman Reigns is the guy. Multiple times when he's faced Brock Lesnar, he's saying that there's no one like Roman Reigns. And now he shook hands with the devil and is the advocate for Roman Reigns. I mean, to be fair, Roman Reigns promos are not exactly the best of things. So maybe he does need a talker. Maybe he does need someone like Paul Heyman by his side. And to do that, that one to the... He doesn't have to be... it can be in between. He doesn't have, he can be the one to back up what Paul Heyman says about him, but at the same time he can still say Paul Heyman could do the whole promo, and then he just takes the mic from Paul Heyman and says, and believe that he can just say that one thing and believe that, and he can say his usual catchphrases and believe that, or in a heelish way, and say, I'm going to arrive, I am going to wreck, and I'm going to leave. Then he gives the mic to Paul Heyman, he does the promo, and then gets it back, whatever Paul Heyman has said, and believe that. But, oh God, that's a dastardly deed. Why, Roman? What are you trying to prove? Now, as for the triple threat match itself, who do I think is going to win? Roman Reigns. Who do I want to win? The Fiend. He's only just become Universal Champion once again. I mean, yeah, Braun Strowman is a monster. He's no longer the monster among men, even though on commentary they have been saying he is. Personally, I don't know where to see this is going. This is going to be an interesting triple threat match. Well, the Fiend and Roman Reigns work together to take care of Braun Strowman. They go at it. Well, the Fiend to be so scary that he takes punishment from both Braun and Roman and still get up. And I don't know, man. I just got this bad thing. What if they beat each other up so much in this triple threat match that at the end we get a cash in from Otis? I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I just sure hope that someone can get payback. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, that is WWE predictions for Payback. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I want you to let me know in the comment section below, who do you think's gonna win at Payback? Hopefully, you liked this video. If you did, give it a good thumbs up or a like. And feel free to subscribe, like, share, and subscribe, and all that type of stuff. I'm Danrvdtree2000, also known as Danrvdtree2000 on Xbox Live, and this has been the predictions for WWE Payback, and I'll see you for my reactions and review for Payback. Until then, bye-bye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to watch the previous video, click on the video on the left. But if you want to watch the playlist, then click on the video on the right. Also, feel free to click subscribe by clicking on the Master Chief icon on the top.